Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing another Fear the Walking Dead video for today, leading up to the 6th episode for Fear the Walking Dead Season 5. And this one will be doing our video predictions, giving our thoughts on what we think is going to happen in the 6th episode, The Little Prince. Alright, and spoiler warning, if you guys have not seen the 5th episode for Fear the Walking Dead Season 5 yet. An okay episode, kind of a mixed episode for most people. Some people really liked it, other people, hated it, thought it was really boring, that type of deal. I felt like my review was kind of on point. I went in the middle with kind of an average type of rating for it. It was okay. It was a certain kind of episode. It was kind of a special type of episode. I don't hate it or anything like that, and you can watch the full review of mine if you want to see more kind of my thoughts on it. It was useful and everything to give us some info on Rick and everything like that, so that's cool. It's a certain kind of episode. So back to the regular swing of things from the looks of things for episode 6, which is called The Little Prince. We just have 3 episodes left for this half of Fear the Walking Dead, so that's less than a month. And basically that'll bring us up to about the time when we'll get the trailers for The Walking Dead Season 10, which is going to be a big one, and then the second half of Fear the Walking Dead Season 5, which will be returning after about a month or so, or 3 weeks or something like that. The break this year is not going to be that long for Fear, which is it's pretty good because I'm really enjoying it right now, so I'm happy to hear that it won't be that much of a wait time in between the mid-season break that Fear the Walking Dead has this year. So the title, The Little Prince, is the name of that book that relates back to Nick and Lucie, and now Dillon as well too. So the title of the episode 6, makes me think that they're going to kill off Lucie in this episode. So we'll see if that's the case. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. A lot of us thought that she might be killed off just in the premiere, and they kind of went with a fake-out death, but now she kind of has taken Dillon under her wing, so I'm starting to think that maybe she'll be killed off protecting Dillon or something, and there is a part in the promo where there's something coming in, either a plane or something, and she's telling everyone to get down. We'll see if it's a helicopter or maybe Strand has made his way there. We can see some parts where they're kind of fixing the plane, so it wouldn't surprise me if Strand is going to pretty soon try to fly out there to kind of bring everybody back. As everybody's kind of coming together now, you have the orphans that have joined as well, and Fear has really bolstered its numbers. You have a lot of survivors as part of the group, so we may see a character death here pretty soon. Let's see what happens. So the promo is called There's Got to Be a Way. Link will be in the description to AMC's channel where they have it. And then you've got Morgan who's saying, as impossible as all of this seems, we can do this. So we get the sense in that part anyway that Morgan is still kind of the A-list number 1 lead for the series, right? He's still the top of the food chain. But then after that, probably Alicia, and then after that, maybe Dwight, and kind of all the rest of the others, Althea and all the rest kind of come in after that, Strand as well too, and everybody. That's kind of the way I'm looking at things right now for the roster. But the roster is getting very full on Fear the Walking Dead, even having added Dwight and everything who's going to be back in this episode, which is cool to see, and it's just feeling very full compared to where it was at before. So you've got Sarah who says there's got to be a way, and they're fixing the plane. There's got to be a way to get this thing to fly. Daniel gave Strand back the part that he needs, so hopefully he can fix it, and they can, take off or fix whatever's wrong, because they did have to spin the what are they, propellers or whatever, as all the walkers were coming through, and kill them all, and then it kind of seized or it stopped. So we'll have to see if they're able to kind of fix the plane after that, if they use that to save Daniel, and if they're going to be able to kind of take off, and then, of course, land and take off and land again, right? So so all in one piece without anybody dying. Be funny if they crashed too, wouldn't it? That'd be kind of interesting. There's also mention of Grace here in the sneak peek. We found some people you're going to want to meet. Morgan calls out on the radio, and we're kind of seeing this part here with Grace as a potential. I don't know, her age is somewhat close to Morgan, so I was thinking maybe it's a potential romantic partner for Morgan, or maybe that's just because of the episode. We just saw episode 5, and kind of the way that's the main theme of the episode is kind of, or part of it anyway, of the love-hate relationship between Althea and Isabel. And maybe we could see something like that for Morgan at some point during Fear the Walking Dead. That is, if he survives on long term, and we don't see some kind of unexpected early death for Morgan, which nobody really wants to see. But we'll have to see what they're building towards and what they're foreshadowing. So we're working on a way to get back home. We found some people we think you might want to meet. I'm assuming he's talking about the kids. Do you copy? And then she decides she's not going to answer. We also know from her that we're not sure how long she has to live. But who knows? I mean, it could be something where it's like maybe she thinks she's going to die soon, and maybe she survives on longer than what she would, have thought that she would, even due to the radiation or whatever she's been, subjected to. So we'll see. And if that is the case, is it contagious? Could she give it to someone else? Not sure how that works myself. So I guess we'll have to see what they do with that. Or maybe she's just a character that, will be gone by this half or something. If they leave anyway without her, then she'll probably be out of the show anyway, and we probably won't see Grace anymore. I didn't get the sense that she would be a long-term mainstay character anyway, considering her condition that we've seen her in already. So you've got Alicia, who takes out her turret weapon, which is now her Daryl crossbow or her Rick Colt or her Morgan staff, right? It's got like a shing sound as she takes it out, which is fun. Of course, once they did the crossover, they made sure to give, it's probably a Gimple thing. They all need to have signature weapons, right? Like she's got to have this turret weapon that she has. What would Madison's weapon have been? A hammer? Maybe? I don't know. Something like that. But Tyrese had that too in the original Walking Dead series. But they all got to have unique weapons, right? That's what it is. That's the action approach to it. And she does. You can hear it. You can see in the promo she takes it out. It's like, shing, so kind of cool. Got that action approach to it, which is fun. And then we have June. You want to run, don't you? So she's talking to someone. Maybe she's talking to the kids that they want to run away and everything. We've got Annie. We've got Dillon in there. Annie says, who are you talking to? And Dillon, it's okay. They're far away. So Dillon being more trusting, Annie being more defensive, and the others as well, too, not being sure who they can trust and who they can't still. Dwight, we keep them out of trouble, or keep them out of trouble. And then he says, we'll try. So it's going to be cool to see Dwight just interacting with the others and being just a full-on character in Fear now, because he had his episode with June and John, and that was focused pretty much entirely around him. So now we're actually going to just get to see him as like a regular Fear the Walking Dead character, which is cool because that's not something we're used to, and it's just going to be part of the overall kind of roster for Fear now. And it's just going to be neat to see him and how he interacts with the others, how he kind of blends in with the rest, and kind of where he's at. I'm predicting about second tier in terms of type of character. He's not your Morgan or Alicia, but he's right next, somewhere around there. Strand saying it's hopeless, so maybe he's just kind of giving up hope to fix this plane, but maybe somehow they'll get it running. But I think it'd be funny too if Lucie's like yelling out because maybe Strand and the others are going to crash as they're coming in too, right? Imagine they come in to save them and they end up crashing as well. And they end up just being like, okay, well, I guess we got to get out of here on foot or something. I don't know how they're going to do that. We'll have to see what happens. And then the power goes out, and Lucie screams to get down to everybody. Who can you imagine if Strand crashed and killed Lucie, crashed into her or something? That would just be brutal, man. That would be humorously dark and just very, very nasty and that'd be a way to kill off a main character in a series, is have the other part of the team crash into them, right? That'd be great. You can't kill them off that way. There's got to be something else that if they're going to do it for the Little Prince, it has to be something else. But the Little Prince also might be referring to possibly them. Like imagine if the one plane, like if Strand brought it and crashed, and then maybe they took the parts from both planes and they somehow put them together, and then they got one plane that could work, and then they could all leave together, right? Because that's part of the Little Prince, right? Is that they can't leave, and then part of the plot or the premise of it is that they kind of fixes it up so that he can leave. And so maybe we could see something like that where, the other plane crashes too, and then they take the parts from that one and they combine it with the other, and then they're all able to leave together in one working plane, or at least one that's working long enough for them to fly out of there. And then by the mid-season finale, we have them going and taking back their home, or something like that, right? For the mid-season finale. There's only 3 episodes left, so we'll have to see how that ends off. But I will say that even though episode 5 for me was kind of a mixed episode, I'm looking forward to 6 heavily because we get to see the others again. And I think Fear's best episodes this season have been the episodes where we have, a lot of different things happening with different characters. I think anytime they bottle it off to just a section, like of 2 characters or a little group, I think the episodes are never quite as good, even if it's got rock climbing with zombies or interesting stuff like that, or information, as useful as that is about the helicopter group or Rick or whatever. I still think the strongest episodes of Fear are, and even the original Walking Dead Series 2 as well, same thing. The best episodes that people are most happy with are the ones where they mix in the different storylines of all the different characters simultaneously. So you have the episodes where you get to see them all, rather than just being bottled off to a certain section. I feel like those episodes are always not quite as good as when you get to see kind of everybody, even though it is, it's more expensive to have everybody in every episode because then you got to pay them all, you have to have them all there and everything, and it's a bit more tricky. It makes sense, obviously, why sometimes they do bottle off episodes, but I'm looking forward to these last 3 of getting to see, most of the group together here, and it could be cool to see, leading up to this mid-season finale. So, few episodes left. Looking forward to it. There's my predictions for the episode The Little Prince, is that Strand will crash the other plane. They'll both be crashed, and then they'll use the parts from both to combine them both together, and they'll leave. And, I don't know if Lucie will die in the process. Maybe she won't. Maybe she won't at all, and that's not what we'll see. And then the mid-season finale, we'll see some kind of death as a result of them taking back their home, something like that, against that guy in the premiere episode who took it from them. Anyway, that's it for this predictions video. Let me know what you guys think, what your predictions are for the mid-season finale. And for the next 3 episodes, if you liked this one, please don't forget to thumb it up below. You can also share, you can favorite, and subscribe at the bottom left if you're new. That's it for this one. See you guys again soon for another video. Be Q&A next, so send me any questions you have for Fear the Walking Dead, Rick movies, Walking Dead movies, original Walking Dead, whatever you got. Send me your questions, and we'll add them for this week's videos. That's it for this one. See you guys again soon for another. As always, this is Trev, and I'm saying peace. Later, guys. See you soon.